through 12. We got very involved and started a youth league.
There you go.
And
That's a
got them into
secret.
the NBC Youth Football League. And
Long term.
yeah, that's where it's got to start. So, I mean, those kids now, all they know is what they know from us. So, coming up through the system in the program, they know what the expectations are.
Do you control the coaches in any way? What they teach the young
Yeah,
kids?
I mean,
You ask them to
we
do.
interview every coach down there as well as
They got to
as
be
our,
buy into your program as well.
exactly. Yeah, it's very important that the kids hear the same language and have
They're
the
running
same
it their whole career.
priorities.
If they're
You
in
know,
Salem,
right? And of course, you adjust it to the talent level and the age
Sure.
level of each team, but the language is the same, and how we call things is the same. Or just simple things like what the expectations are in the classroom. For a young man that's a kindergarten, first grade, second grade, is the same as we have as a junior and senior.
are you teaching in the school?
Yeah, I'm in the high school. Yes.
So is this program the way you want it now? Your
Well,
fifth year
Yes,
here?
yeah, it's moving that direction. I mean, and that's the thing about high school football. It's different every year. I mean, your program is established. What we hang our hat on is established, but what you do
You need
schematically
kids, too.
changes every year. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't go out and recruit one or go out and pick one up off the waiver wire. We got to coach them up starting in that.
Do you have a Mitch Davidson in your system?
Uh, we got his little
Somehow?
brother coming. He's a pretty darn good football
Yeah.
player. So yeah, we got some guys coming, but
He's a senior.
yeah, he's a senior, so we got some guys coming, and our youth programs are doing well, our junior high is doing well, our freshmen and JV teams are doing extremely well, and that's all you can ask is guys that once they learn how to win and tend to like it, they don't want to stop doing it.
You came here from Camp McKinley. Tell us a little about that, and then you have a career before Camp McKinley as well.
Yeah, I've been doing this for wow, 31 years now. I mean, got into it right out of college. Went back and worked for my old high school coach, even though he's at a new high school. Went and worked for him. Next year, got a head coaching job, an AD job at 23 years old.
At where?
Yellow Springs High School down around Dayton.
Okay.
Then went from there to Miami University. Spent 10 years there.
Wow.
Then started a family and thought it was okay time to get out and went to Westlake up in Cleveland. The funny thing was, got out of college football when I started a family because I didn't want to live a gypsy lifestyle. And then I jumped from Westlake back down to Middletown, back to Camp McKinley, and then over to Salem. But it's been great for our kids. It's been great for our family. Football wives are hard to find, and I'm blessed to have the greatest one I've ever met. So she's amazing and allows for all the moves and is very supportive. But Salem's home. We wanted to find a place that would be home where. Because that's one thing you worry about when you move a lot is your kids when they go off to college. Hey, where are you from? They can't really answer. Where am I from? I started grade school here. I was born here. I went to junior high there. So we wanted to find a place to call home. And
And you have kids?
yes, got two boys.
Are they in the Salem system?
Turner's a junior on our football team.
Oh,
Been
okay.
a 2-year starter. And
Okay.
a good player. And Jackson's in 7th grade, my youngest, and they're both doing very well. But
So you're comfortable with Salem?
Oh yeah, and it's a great place to call home, and there's no reason to go anywhere else. I've already been there, done that. I have a coach in front of 110,000 at Ohio State. I've coached at Michigan, coached at North Carolina, been at Virginia. So I mean, we've done all that. Then in high school, every year played in front of 25,000+ week 10, against Massillon. So kind of have been there and done that. Now I just want to raise a family and coach ball and teach young men.
In Middletown, you got probably some great athletes there. I don't know
Yeah.
if you had anybody substantial in your time in your tenure there.
We had some real good football players there.
And Jalen Marshall was from there, but he was
Right, he was in our
obviously-
youth program when I was there.
And then the Carter brothers.
Skylar Jones was down there. Is probably
Okay.
and Scotty Johnson are two of the fastest high school players in the country when they did the Nike Spark training. Skylar went down and played quarterback at Wake Forest, and Scotty played running back at University of Cincinnati.
So Middletown's always had some good quality.
Yeah, we had some good kids there, and
McKinley, anything to hang your hat on there?
well, it's great. What we accomplished there, I'm so proud of. I mean, what we did for the young men there, and in our 4 years, we had 88 kids going to play college football. That was 22 a year. Some of them didn't start for us, but got opportunities because they got their books in order. They came from a great program.
Did you have Steve Miller and
Yeah.
company?
Yeah, I
And who was
coached
number
Steve.
2, the defensive? Other,
Savant Pittman.
yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't mount to much after all the hype.
He got a college degree at Akron.
Okay.
Did well. That's what his the priority should be. And coached Antoine Miles is starting over at Purdue, defensive end right now. Called a young guy up week 10 his freshman year because of an injury. A kid named Eric Glover came up and played pretty good for us.
Williams, yeah.
Pretty good for us at tailback against Massillon and ran for 150.
Looking for college right now, though.
A couple touchdowns in the first playoff game over in Sylvania. And yeah, I mean that's tough to see, and you feel bad for him, but you know,
Sure.
we all make decisions, and we have to suffer the consequences.
Now, in your division, it's going to be tough for you. I mean, it looks like you could potentially win out.
Yeah.
Potentially. The home game might not even be possible with some of these upper teams.
Right. I mean, it's a tough region. I mean, it goes all the way.
Tough region.
It goes
And
all
you're
the way
ninth
from-
right now.
Yeah. It goes from Lake Erie down to the river, from Perry to Steubenville, and everything in between. But where we play is really irrelevant. You just want to get to week 11 and have the opportunity to continue to extend your season. So, hey, everywhere I've been, like I said, I've been at Ohio State to Yellow Springs, Ohio, and every field I played on has been 120 by 53 and a third. Every one. So it doesn't matter
What a
where we play.
coincidence, huh?
And we'll play anybody anywhere.
How do you feel about your team, Coach, going forward here now?
Good. I mean,
Is this loss going to help you in any way?
well, we just want to make sure you never lose to the same team twice. So I mean,
Okay, so they're off.
we've moved on. We've pressed forward. Had 2 great days of practice.
So if they're third and you're sixth, you're ready for them then, right?
Oh yeah,
This year.
Yeah.
In the
I
in
just
the
mean,
playoffs.
I just mean don't have that hangover for a week of
Okay.
worrying to keep going back and thinking what we should have done, could have done, because Marlington, you better give them your total focus or you're going to have problems. I mean, it's a good football team, and then the next week we go to Alliance, and they're the preseason pick to win the league. They're a very talented team, so we got battles every week. I mean, we're playing above our division from here on out into the Division III part of our schedule.
But you're likely to be the favorite in every game. Lions, too? 4-1?
Boy, I don't know.
No?
That's a good football
Where's
team.
that at?
That's at Mount Union.
That'll be a test,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep.
That's no gimme for you.
Right, and then you got Louisville, who just historically and traditionally
Pain
is a
in the
good
rear.
football
Yeah.
team, and then West Branch is your big rival. And you know as well as I that when in those games, those Week 10 rival games, it's a Saturday night, and anything can happen.
Sure. So things are good in Salem for you.
It's great.
Great decision. How did you end up in Salem? And just by
You know,
chance?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in Canton. Had total hip replacement surgery right after our season, around the first of the year, and kind of recovering from that, and get a phone call from a guy that asked if I'd be interested. I'm like, shoot, I'll listen to anything. I got to know a little bit about it and researched it. Brought the family over, took a look, and thought, hey, this is a pretty good place to raise a family. So we moved over to Salem and been there ever since, and couldn't be happier.
Davidson and Ackerman are going to join us here, but scholarship-wise, Chase said maybe YSU. I mean, not Chase. Davidson said YSU, and Ackerman said he's still maybe.
Right. I mean, they're
Well, how can
looking.
you not jump on either of those guys? I mean,
Right.
2, 3, 1, anything. So
Right. There's a lot of water to go under the bridge yet in recruiting. I mean, most of your Division I quarterbacks, they're taken by the spring of their junior year. I mean, that's usually a done deal.
Yeah.
They're all camped out. They've been everywhere, done
Sure.
that. Mitch is so involved in basketball, and Chase as well. It's kind of hard to get on that circuit,
Gotcha.
so to speak. But they've camped a little bit, and I think the film will speak for itself. They're both academic qualifiers. They're both great guys.
Can they both be D1 players?
Well, you don't know. I mean, of course, I believe they can be, but the beauty's
Is
in
Chase
the
a
eye of the
receiver?
beholder.
Is that his position, or is he
I
on
think he's a
defense?
defensive guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a 250-pound creature just waiting to happen. Seriously.
Yeah,
I mean,
he could put some weight on.
when you're 6'5" and playing in the alley, and the way guys are looking for that hybrid player now in the 3-4
He can do
defense,
that,
and a
huh?
lot of people are doing that. He can wreak a lot of havoc out there. He's got good ball skills, which shows in his wide receiver ability. But I think his future's in defense. And the other thing they may do, they may get him up to 255, 260. Now have a pretty good tight end with ball skills too. So that's another route they could go. And Mitch can just spin it. He's a quarterback. It's what he is. And a good
Since
one.
Pee Wee,
Yeah.
since you've known him, he's been your quarterback in the future. You had your eye on him. Huh?
Yeah, and we were fortunate to have a guy that before Mitch that he really looks up to. That's a pretty good player too. And Matt Weingart was a 3-year starter for us and took us to the playoffs. And
Yeah, another good quarterback before that, right?
well, before I got there, was
Toothman,
the
yeah.
quarterback before I got there.
Yeah.
He's a pretty talented guy from what I understand. And watching a little film on him, he could play. And we got guys coming, so I think we're going to be okay.
Well, best of luck to you. You got the second half of your season in front of you. Playoffs are in sight.
Yep.
All you got to do is get there and make things happen once you get there.
That's right.
Appreciate you coming on short notice too, as well, Coach.
Hey, my pleasure.
We like to get faces out here and introduce people to, the players and the coaches and
Well,
talk
we
a
really
little
appreciate
football.
you having us, and we're very proud of Salem football and the young men that play it, and we'll be available to you at any time.
And I told you I used to do WSOM radio in the late '90s. That's dating me a little bit, but I did Salem for 4 or 5 years football, so I'm very familiar with that program as well. So I wish you luck. I love Riley Stadium. I hope you guys can turn it on and make it a special year in Salem. Those fans they're out there. They deserve it, and I wish you best of luck.
Good. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Coach.
much.
We'll be back with more Yards After Contact from Kelly's Bar in Youngstown, Ohio.
Football season is in full swing in the Mahoning Valley, so come on down to Kelly's Bar at 1597 Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown, your best spot to catch all the gridiron action. On Tuesdays, 40-cent regular and boneless wings. Make Kelly's your Friday night stop after all the high school games. On Saturday, Kelly's Smoker Saturdays, chicken, beef, and ribs, plus some great college football. On Sundays, it's your NFL Sunday Ticket. 10 large flat screen TVs to enjoy your favorite NFL team. And don't forget, the best high school football webcast around, Yards After Contact with Gary Houster and Ryan Kelly, every Tuesday at 7. Kelly's Bar, 1597 Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown. Come for the food, stay for the fun.
And welcome back to Kelly's Bar. This is Yards After Contact. My next guests are players from the Salem Quaker football team, captains. Introduce yourselves, guys.
I'm Mitch Davidson.
Quarterback.
Chase Ackerman, wide receiver.
And you play defense?
Yeah, and outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker. Congratulations on your season, guys. So far, so good. A little bump in the road last week. Talk about the Canton South game, if you could, Mitch.
Yeah, we came out thinking this was going to be a tough one. We knew it was going to be, and we did a lot of things right, but too many things wrong that didn't just work out in our favor. Fumbling the ball, had one takeaway from us. Our defense didn't wrap up and make very many tackles like we thought they were going to. We lost our best linebacker, our Mike linebacker, with a shoulder injury. So
will he be back?
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, he just wasn't feeling it, so we didn't want to get him any more injured. We need him for the season. So just a couple things here and there. We can really tighten up, and I think we're fine now.
How'd offensively? How's the unit and yourself in particular doing against Canton South?
We did great. We were scoring points. We were putting them in. First half iffy, but
fell behind a little bit, right?
Yeah, we were only down by 7 at half, and then we came out at halftime. They scored one, and we're trying to put him in. He had a great game, so many catches, yards after the catch. He had a great game. So our wide receiver core is actually really good. We got hands, and we've got people out there who can make plays after catches. So.
And you got a quarterback that can spin it, huh?
Yeah, I can really put it out there.
Second year as a starter?
Yeah.
Now, last year was a guy named Mitch Davidson. Everybody might got confused. He was at Columbiana, though, but now you're a different kind of a Mitch Davidson, I guess you can say. More of a pocket passer, you are?
Yeah, he was more of a scrambler, run around and make plays with his
feet.
Did
you know him?
Yes, I did. I like to sit in the pocket and sling it out there and make plays. I'm not a real quick guy, but I can really throw a football.
Give me your measurables. And we talked about it earlier. Height, weight, everything.
6'4", 190. Trying to get
and
to 200.
A legit 6'4".
Yeah, legit. But
putting on weight, has that been a problem for you?
No, actually, last year at the end of my junior year, I was 165. So I put on a lot of weight through the winter with our lifting coach and stuff like that. But when I have to, I can make plays on my feet, run through an arm tackle, and get a first down, move the change.
Okay, but you're pretty confident and strong. Your strength program is pretty good there.
Yeah. Our lifting coach does a really good job of that stuff.
Is it still Hank Brock? Is he still around?
Yeah.
Okay, I know Hank. He's a Cardinal Mooney guy, long time guy. A crazy guy. He used to be anyway.
So
yeah. So optimistic now, still with this bump in the road? Who lost to Canton South?
No, everybody on our schedule. We got a real good chance of beating. We have Marlington this week, and then Alliance. That's gonna be our biggest challenge, I think. And then obviously our rival West Branch. That's always a good game. So.
Good game, no matter the records.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You guys are Salem guys, huh? You little Rugrats, little Salem Quakers growing up. Chase, you're having a good season as well. First of all, you give me your stats, and then we'll go to his stats from this past game. Coach said them, but
I'm not really sure. I know he said there's a couple drops here and there. I'm pretty sure.
300 yards though.
Yeah, last game I was like 21 for 26 or something like that.
Yeah.
But throughout the season, coming in to Canton South, I don't know what I'm at now, but I was at I mean, 855 passing yards with 11 touchdowns.
So 300-yard games aren't really a big deal for you?
I mean, they are, but it's
You've had a few before?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not my first.
Good feeling?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You love your receivers?
Oh yeah. I mean, he does a great job at going up and high pointing balls. I mean, he's by far our biggest wide receiver, but our little guys can outrun DBs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that really helps.
Well, first of all, very impressed with both you guys on the basketball court last year.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess you carried some of those talents onto the
Yeah,
football
we've
field.
only lost a couple, two seniors that really played. So I mean, with us back, and we got a little point guard, Zach Beazon, who also plays football, great safety and wide receiver. He's coming back, so I think we're gonna have a really good season. So
Now, he threw for 200, and you caught how many yards of those 300?
I caught for about 200 of those yards. I had 11 catches.
11 catches for
It's
that.
easy.
That's like a career night
Just puts
almost.
it right on you. It's
Yeah?
not hard. I mean, I don't have to move my hands real far, right in my chest most of the time. Catch it on the run. It just makes it easy for me. So
Last year during basketball season, I did an interview with you. I don't know if you remember or not, but you were talking about how you two kind of like grew up throwing the ball together.
yeah, I mean, we've always been pretty close buddies. I mean, I remember going up to his house for like weeks at a time, like second grade, and I'd just stay out there forever. And then my mom would force me to come home. And then we've always just been playing the same sports together. Always been like kind of like battling to see who's gonna be bigger, who's gonna be better. And